Hello everyone, welcome to Success Education. Today we'll be continuing with the paper 4 of Gala Model Question Papers English. Before that, if you have not subscribed my channel till now, please do subscribe it for more videos. So we'll be starting with the 55th question. A fire broke out in your locality which caused a lot of destruction. Write a report on this incident based on your observation. So we'll write the report writing as, firstly we'll write the heading, Fire Accident in Rajendra Nagar, Mumbai. Around 8 p.m. on Monday, a fire broke out in a two-storied house in Rajendra Nagar, Mumbai. Luckily, the members of the house were not present in the house when the fire broke out. The neighbors who had noticed smoke coming from the house had called the fire brigade. Until the fire brigade arrived, the neighbors tried to put out the fire. The residents of the burning house too had arrived but were stopped by the locals from entering the house. 2 fire brigades arrived within 10 minutes and sprang into action. The officers asked the people living near the burning house to leave their homes and come out to avoid any kind of mishap. After an hour of struggle, the fire was finally put out, but a major portion of the house had been burnt down. One of the firefighters reported that the reason for the fire breakout was not clear and that they would need to investigate further. The affected family members were asked to stay somewhere else till the investigation gets over. Now 56th one. Draft an email to the municipal commissioner complaining about the hygiene standards of the nearby restaurants. So how you need to write the email? Firstly, we'll write to amc.co.in, then from xyz@gmail.com, then the subject, complaint about poor hygiene standards of DP restaurant. Dear sir, we are living in Paladi area. There is a restaurant named DP restaurant adjacent to our apartments. They have a good business and we don't have any problem against a number of people visiting the restaurant. But the restaurant owner is not keen on maintaining hygiene standards. They do have dustbins, but they are never covered. The wet waste in them stinks a lot. Sometimes for 2 to 3 days it is not carried away for disposal and the wet waste gets rotten. Because of uncovered dustbins, stray dogs and sometimes cows tumble them down to eat the stuff from. It spreads around and flies have their day. The food left over is also dumped there, least caring for throwing it right into the dustbins and covering it. We, the residents in proximity, fear that such unhygienic conditions will invite deadly diseases for us. If this continues in rainy season, we will fall victims to some epidemic. Therefore, on behalf of all the residents nearby, I request you to take urgent action and resolve the deadly issue forever. Thank you in anticipation. Regards, XYZ. Now, the 56th question is, your furniture has been damaged in transit by train. Write a letter to the railways complaining about the same and claiming damages. So, how we need to write? XYZ, Rajendra Nagar, Mumbai. Email address is xyz@gmail.com. Then the phone number you need to write. Then the date again on the left hand side, 20th November 2024. To the railway authorities, Mumbai Central, Mumbai. Subject is complaint regarding damaged furniture delivered in transit and request for compensation. So we'll start the letter as, Dear Sir or Madam, I am writing to bring to your attention an issue regarding a recent delivery of furniture that I received through your railway parcel service. The parcel furniture was shipped from Pune to Mumbai on 15th November 2024 with the consignment number. I have also written the consignment number over here. You can write anything like this. Okay. Upon receiving the shipment on 18th November 2024, I found that several items were damaged. The damages include broken legs of the dining table, scratched surfaces, etc. These damages indicate that the furniture was mishandled during transit. I am extremely disappointed as this has caused significant inconvenience and financial loss. I trusted your service for safe and secure transportation of my goods, and this situation has not only caused distress but also additional expenses for repair or replacement of the damaged items. I kindly request you to investigate this matter and provide appropriate compensation for the damages incurred. I have attached photographs of the damaged furniture and copies of the shipping documents for your reference. I hope for a prompt and fair resolution to this issue. Thank you. Sincerely, XYZ. Now, 57th one, write an essay in about 200 words on any one of the following. First one is India, a democratic nation. So, we'll start the essay as democracy in India was formed after the nation was freed from British rule in 1947. It led to the birth of the world's largest democracy. Under the effective leadership of the Indian National Congress, the people of India attained the right to vote and elect their government. There are a total of 7 national parties in India. Many regional parties too come forward for elections to state legislatures. Elections to the parliament and state assemblies are held every 5 years. India is a sovereign country, which means it is free from interference or control of any foreign power. Our country has a government directly elected by the citizens of the country. Indian citizens have the sovereign power to elect their leaders by elections conducted for the parliament, local bodies, and the state legislature. India has a socialist economy. Socialist economy means social and economic equality for all the country's citizens. The Indian government is making continual efforts to lessen economic inequality by decreasing the concentration of wealth. India is a secular country, which means the Indian citizens has the right and freedom to choose their religion. In India, one has the right to practice any religion or reject them all. The government of India respects all religions and does not have any official state religion. It does not disgrace or promote any religion. Indian government is elected democratically by its citizens. The people of the country have the right to elect its government at all the levels by the way of one man, one vote. The right to vote is given without any discrimination on the basis of caste, color, creed, religion, gender, or education. Not just political, people of India also enjoy social and economic democracy. While the Constitution promises a democratic state and the people of India have been entitled to all the rights a person should enjoy in a democratic state. Democracy in India has received appreciation from world over. The right to vote to every citizen of the country has been given without any discrimination on the basis of any inequality. However, the country's huge cultural, religious, and linguistic diversity is a major challenge for its democracy. Now, the second essay, if there were no newspapers. Imagine getting up in the morning and sitting for breakfast without a newspaper. The morning tea would lose its flavor. From the bedroom, you hear the voice of the announcer over the radio telling you of the day's disaster. Just plain statements of facts, no details, no photographs, no editorials, no asides, no snide comments, no bouquets. How dull it would be. Nothing like a good, full-colored account of who won the elections and who didn't, and what Srimati so-and-so has to say about the no tobacco day, which jobs are available or which aren't. The TV news reader will only state a few facts and show one old file photograph, and that's that. No sports column or something comic, or no puzzles and crosswords. In fact, no leisurely reading with all the time in the world. But on the other hand, one would wake up without a feeling of impending disaster. God's in his heaven, all is right with the world. No pre-election surveys and no analysis of election results. No report by ace cricketers on India's debacle at the World Cup. No predictions of gloom by astrologers. No investigate journalism. How wonderful to greet a world without earthquakes and crimes and killings on battlefields. Since about these things, since there are no newspapers, we do not know anything about these things. What a relief to step out of the house without knowing the train services might be disrupted or that all flights have been cancelled because of strike. How nice not to know that tomorrow the price of gold might fall so that you can bitterly buy as much as you want today. Indeed, we have become so used to getting news of the world ready made that we can only imagine what would happen if there were no newspapers, but I doubt if we would be able to accept such a situation. Without a newspaper, we are nothing, as we are secured only because of newspapers. It is a great communication system and helps us to improve our knowledge. Now the or 57th one is write a story in about 200 words based on the inputs given below. So the name of the story will be, means the title will be The Fox Without a Tail. A fox that had been caught in a trap succeeded at last after much painful tugging in getting away, but he had to leave his beautiful bushy tail behind him. For a long time he kept away from the other foxes, for he knew well enough that they would all make fun of him and crack jokes and laugh behind his back. But it was hard for him to live alone, and at last he thought of a plan that would perhaps help him out of his trouble. He called a meeting of all the foxes, saying that he had something of great importance to tell the tribe. When they were all gathered together, the fox without a tail got up and made a long speech about those foxes who had come to harm because of their tails. This one had been caught by hounds when his tail had become entangled in the hedge. That one had not been able to run fast enough because of the weight of his brush. Besides, it was well known, he said, that men hunt foxes simply for their tails, which they cut off as prizes of the hunt. With such proof of the danger and uselessness of having a tail, said Master Fox, he would advise every fox to cut it off if he valued life and safety. When he had finished talking, an old fox arose and said, smiling, Master Fox, kindly turn around for a moment and you shall have your answer. When the poor fox without a tail turned around, there arose such a storm of jeers and hooting that he saw how useless it was to try and longer to persuade the foxes to part with their tails. So the moral of the story is, do not listen to the advice of him who seeks to lower you to his own level. And here we come to the end of section E of paper 4 and also the complete paper 4. I hope you have understood the complete paper. If you have any doubts, you can write in the comment section. I'll surely try to answer all the questions. Thank you for watching my video and do subscribe my channel for more updates. Thank you.